Number 16. From the information provided, use cell notation to describe the following systems. And then we have letter C. So in this example, it says 1/2 cell consists of a silver electrode in a 1 molarity AgNO3 solution, and in the other half cell, we have a copper electrode in a 1 molarity CuNO3 solution, and that is being oxidized. Okay, so they give us a little hint here. They're talking about 1/2 cell undergoing oxidation, right? If something is being oxidized, that means that we are undergoing oxidation. So that means that if you have one side being oxidized, the other side has to be, you got it, reduced. And that's what's going on in the other half cell. So I'm just going to put down here that, okay, the silver side is going to be reduced, aka it's undergoing reduction, while the copper side is undergoing oxidation. Now, in this case, we have to bring it all back to plug it into a cell notation. Now, cell notation or a cell schematic is basically just a diagram that is just showing us the flow of electrons, who's being losing electrons and who is gaining, right? Who's being oxidized, who's being reduced. And the general cell notation is this. So let me just maybe put this up here. Maybe we'll put it in the middle and see where it takes us. Now, in the general galvanic cell notation, we have oxidation always being talked about first, and then our reduction. So we know that this copper electrode in this solution, the CuNO3 is going to be stated first, and then we're going to talk about the silver electrode with the AgNO3 because that's undergoing reduction. Now, oxidation, remember, this just means that it's a loss of electrons. You're going to be losing electrons. And in the process, you're becoming more positive. And we can kind of see that from here. This is basically just saying that I'm starting with something that generally, in this case, it had a 0 charge, and it's becoming more positive. So, in this case, we have a copper electrode. Copper on the periodic table is Cu, and standard state, all metals are solids except for mercury. Copper is not the exception, so it's going to start off as a solid. Now, it's going to be put into a solution. All right, well, this solution, and maybe I'll put this over, let's see. Actually, I'll put it over here. We have the Cu, that's the solid, and this is now going into the CuNO3 solution, right? I know that it's a solution because they gave me a molarity, and remember that all nitrates are always soluble. They're always aqueous. And once I see that this is aqueous, this is going to break down into its 2 ions. The 2 ions are going to be copper and the nitrate, NO3. You can use those subscripts, I had 1 copper and 2 nitrates, to crisscross back up to tell us what the charges were. This one crisscrosses up telling me that the NO3 was a -1, and this 2 crisscrosses up telling me that the copper was a +2. And since the whole solution was aqueous, each of these ions are aqueous. Last thing here is that they did say that I had 1 molarity for the whole entire solution. So I have 1 molarity for the copper, and since I have 2 nitrates, I technically would have 2 molarity for the NO3. But remember, for your cell schematic, you only care about the things that are changing in oxidation state. Nitrate is always going to be a nitrate. It's never going to lose electrons, never going to gain electrons, so goodbye in this case. But as we can see, the copper, right? And if I just pull this down, the copper started off with a different state, and then it turned into a +2. No charge up here is a 0 charge. And since I'm going from a 0 to a +2, I'm becoming more positive. That means I'm losing electrons, so this has to be the oxidation side. This is what's going on at the anode. I'm just going to put down that I now have 1 molarity for the Cu2 plus because it was a 1-to-1. And now we can basically do half of the cell notation. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just bring this over a little bit. And what happened here? Oh boy, this goes over here. Okay, beautiful. Now, this is your reactant turning into your product. So my copper solid turned into my copper 2 plus. So I have Cu, solid, break, and I have Cu2 plus, aqueous, and since we know the molarity, I have to include it. They said it was 1 molarity, so I just have to include that information. Now we're going to do a double break because now we have to figure out what's going on at the reduction side, aka the cathode. You can remember that cathode goes with reduction by knowing red cat. So it's anox for oxidation at the anode and red cat at the cathode, reduction. And it's basically the opposite. You're going to now be gaining electrons. And if you gain electrons, that means that you're becoming more negative because electrons are negative. And we can see that by the charge. A plus charge generally is going down to a 0. So you're going down in number. Okay, well now here we have the silver electrode. Silver electrode, silver is Ag, and standard state, it's a solid, right? It's not the exception mercury. And then they gave us this AgNO3 solution. But now the thing is, well, which one do I start with? Do I start with the solid or do I start with the solution? It's the ion going into the standard state. So it's going to be the AgNO3 is turning into the Ag solid because Ag solid is always going to be a 0 charge. And the metal is going to be the anion, the positive, right? So let's just break this down. AgNO3, we have Ag and NO3. If we use those subscripts, we had 1 Ag, and remember, we have 1 NO3. So 1 for 1, Ag would be a +1 aqueous, and NO3 would be a -1 aqueous. And as we see again, the nitrate isn't doing anything, doesn't change oxidation states. So all we have now is the Ag +1 turning into the Ag solid. They gave us a molarity. It was 1 molarity. So that trickles down. If I have 1 Ag and 1 AgNO3, this would be 1 molarity as well. And does this make sense? Does the reduction make sense? I started off with the +1 charge, and I went to a no charge up here. That means it was 0. So I'm going down in number. That's reduction. This is the start going into your product. That's exactly how we're going to write it here. This going into this. So we start off now with Ag +1. Aqueous, and they told us a molarity, 1 molarity. So got to write that in. Break, and Ag solid. Now, do we need to add an inert electrode? Not in this case, because I already have my electrodes linked up. I got a silver electrode, that was a metal, that was a solid, and a copper electrode. So we're all good here. This is your final answer. All right. What'd you think? No math involved, just kind of theory and just writing cell notation, cell diagrams, or schematics. But you guys got this. Let's keep studying hard, keep practicing, and keep with the videos. If you guys run through these playlists, I'm sure that, whatever questions come your way on the test or quiz, you guys are going to do great. All right? Happy studying. Have a great day. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.